one, be prepared. There are different ways to get prepared. First way to do is do an IPO readiness exercise. Auditors are performing this type of service. And what you do is that you go through the whole company, you look at the governance, you look at the reporting, you look at your finance, you look at different topics, and you make an analysis between where you are today and where you would need to be the day you go public. Another way to get prepared is to participate in a program like TechShare, which is a program run by Euronext, during which we go through the whole chain of the preparation for the IPO. We look at what you need to do once you're a publicly listed company. These programs, well, they will allow you to make this analysis and to prepare a plan and to go step by step in the preparation for the IPO. And one thing which is very important in this preparation is the IFRS conversion, for two reasons. The first reason is quite obvious. IFRS conversion is quite demanding in time for the finance teams. IPO preparation is also very time consuming for finance teams and the management. If you do both tracks in parallel, well, that's quite demanding on the teams and that they can be at stretch. So our advice is take this as much as possible into advance, and that will give you some comfort. The second reason for doing so is that IFRS conversion, that means that you have to interpret IFRS definitions with respect to your finance. If the interpretation of the IFRS definitions evolves throughout the time, well, your numbers will evolve as well, and that will have an impact on the valuation of the company. And when you start meeting investors, well, the valuation will evolve, and that's not positive. So be prepared and take your IFRS conversion as much as possible into advance. Tip number 2, have a strong team. When you speak about an IPO, the first part of the team that you think of, it are the advisors. Bankers, lawyers, auditors, well, they help you to prepare the IPO. It's very important to, ahead of the launch of the IPO process, is to get to know them, to see which one fits the best with your culture, with what you are, what you want to get. And the first Wall Street bank is not always the best advisor for Belgian tech companies. Second part of the team, it are your employees. Several of them will have to work hard during months, during weeks, will maybe work some nights through, and make sure that they remain committed and dedicated to the company and take the time to interact on a regular basis with them. The third part of the team is yourself. You're CEO, CFO of a company that wants to get listed. Make sure that you will be able to do in parallel the preparation of the IPO, but also the management of the company. Management of the company will probably require also quite an availability, because you're most probably in a high growth phase, and you must make sure that the company pursues its growth. So what we see sometimes is that some companies, they hire a deputy CEO, a deputy CFO, just to make sure that some of the processes are being well managed. And then the last part of the team is the family, so the team at home. Tell them that your availability will be lower during the IPO preparation, but make sure that you take the right quality times with them during this whole process. Tip number 3 is go step by step. The worst thing that you could do in the current environment is start panicking. Instead of starting panicking, what you should do is remain focused on your business, remain focused on your growth. This will allow you to get to the essence of your equity story. So what differentiates you from another company? So who you are, what's your DNA? That's very important, because the day you want to go public, you will be in competition with already many stocks which are already listed, but also a few companies that are going public together with you. And so if you can identify what makes you so different from another company and what should be the fear of missing out for an investor, that will be very strong, and you have to work on this already today. So I was delighted to share with you the 3 tips for getting prepared for a listing. So the first one is be prepared. The second one is have a strong team. And the third one is go step by step. I thank you for your attention.